Zero back in our video. I'm doing a Nintendo 64 wrestling video game price guide. Now, if you're a big Nintendo 64 fan like me, and you know the Nintendo 64 that I've had, I grew up with that sumbitch. I still have my Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64 I still play on, I've still play, and that's the same damn console I've always had. I've never replaced it. I've never got rid of it. I've had that sumbitch for at least 19 years. I've had Super Mario 64, never replaced it for 19 years. Paper Mario for 16 years, so on and so forth. And if you're a big wrestling fan like me, of course, the Nintendo 64 had a lot of damn good wrestling games. And of course they had some bad wrestling games like Nitro and Hardcore Revolution and so on and so forth, Backstage Assault. But I find that it had the best ratio of wrestling games, which means there are more better games than there are 10 Nintendo 64 games for wrestling. And I consider 4 to be awesome, 4 to be mediocre, and 2 to be pretty bad. So here are the price guides, what I paid for, what it says on the website, eBay, so on and so forth, loose and complete in box. So on your left is WWF, on your right is WCW. We start with WCW. Here we have WCW NWO World Tour. A very fine game. It was Aki's very first game, wrestling game for the Nintendo 64 at least, and they knocked the sumbitch out of the park. If you can deal with everyone being the same height and the same size, and Scott Hall doing the Razor's Edge into a powerbomb, a fantastic game overall. It's the least expensive one by far, I think. $6 loose, and it's $12 complete in box. Actually, $17 complete in box. However, honestly, that's what it says on. That's what it goes for on eBay. But to be perfectly honest, you can find it for $4, and I found this sumbitch for $10. And I even got a cool ass Starcade poster to boot. So honestly, I'd say if you can find it for $4 or $5, great. You can find the box for less than $15, go for it. Good stuff. WCW NWO Revenge on complete in box. Great game. The best WCW game there is. Loose, it's going for $7 complete in box, $16. However, as I said, I did not pay that close to it. I paid $4 and $10 complete in box. Thank you, Retro Game Store. Here we have WCW Mayhem. Decent game for EA's first try at a wrestling game. I give them a lot of slack for this. I give them the benefit of the doubt for this game. Mayhem goes for $8 loose, $17 complete in box. What I paid for, $4 loose and $11 complete in box. Okay, and then we have WCW Backstage Assault, complete in box. The worst game there is for wrestling. One of the worst games, period, honestly. If you pay this amount, you're insane though. It's only $5 loose, $10 complete in box, which is about what I paid for. Honestly, if you pay $3 for complete in box, you're still crazy. And for Nitro, I found that complete in box for $10, loose $3, honestly. Wrestling games are freaking cheap, and that's why I really like them. But, you know, they're far different than sports games in my opinion. Coming up next will be the WWF games.